are mainly lots of quiet desperation. What is called resignation is actually confirmed desperation. A lot of people out there, people are working in the 9 to 5 job market. They don't like what they do. They're not there because they want to be there. They're there out of necessity. They are there because the society has conditioned them to think that working for a certain company, working for a certain field of career, working for someone is the only way you're going to earn your income. It's the only way you're going to define your space. It's the only way you're going to get respected in the society. Well, I have bad news for you. That belonged in the timeline that we call the rise of the corporation, when new companies and new career choices were coming into the market, and everyone needed a college degree or anything just as an approval to show that you fit in that career. Right now, if you were born and you cannot be able to access any education, any whatsoever, then you still got a chance to make it. You still got a chance to be somebody in the society. We live in a completely new timeline that we call the rise of the self-made billionaire, the rise of people who rebuild the world in their own image. Mark Zuckerberg is the most, I don't know whether he's the most richest guy right now, but he's in the list of the top 10 richest people in the world. And this guy made his billions not because he went and sat in class, because he summoned his mind and put his strengths into work, and he trained every day in, every day out, and that's why he brought the world Facebook, a product that no one can resist. What is in your mind? What is that product that you got in your mind that the world needs it? Why don't you put it into practice? And instead of buying into all the stories that you hear around you in the society, people telling you that the only way you're going to be rich is by becoming a lawyer, the only way you're going to be rich is by becoming this and this, an accountant, or bullshit that thing. Why don't you focus on your strength and train every day? Instead of waking up and going to work for someone, instead of waking up and going to make somebody else rich, why don't you wake up and go to train and put into practice your strength until you're too good to ignore? You can be not the next Mark Zuckerberg. You can be the next Usain Bolt. Why don't you use that talent? Why don't you resist being conditioned by the society to think that school and working for someone and having a certain career choice is the only way? Why don't you resist that and rebuild the world in your own image? The world's most richest people are entrepreneurs. And you know what the definition of an entrepreneur is? Someone who rebuilds the world in their own image. Someone who rebuilds the world in their own damn picture of how they see it. Why don't you become that? Why don't you rebuild the world in your own image? Why don't you bring the world a product? Why don't you bring the world a service that it will crave for the rest of its existence, that it will remember you for, because you got that in you. All you need to do is put blinders on. People telling you, oh, you need a college degree. That, put blinders against that. Don't listen to that, okay? Don't mistake me. I'm not against educational system. I'm not against education. What I'm up against is the educational system, because it leaves out a lot of things. It leaves out putting people in a place where they can realize their strength. All what it needs to do is produce salary slaves, people to propel the cogs in the machine that we call the 9 to 5 job market. That's what I'm up against, okay? So then, be an entrepreneur. Bring the world a service. Bring the world a product that it will need, that it will incorporate in its existence, and you will become super rich. You will be somebody that will be called in big meetings and all this and this for your contribution in building the world. People like you, it's what the world needs, okay? The world doesn't need other people to sit in an office the rest of the day going through files trying to make a certain company become big while they're not working on themselves. That's a bad way of living, okay? And they said the best way to start was 10 years ago. The very second best time to start is now. So then I hope you go ahead and start something bigger, okay? Yeah. So then do that, and then you have a chance. I'm gonna talk to you soon. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button, I don't know, somewhere in the up, down, or sideways, okay? And watch more videos about the same things, okay? Yeah.